Good morning, Fellowship Hi-Crest fam, and this is your Jumpstart for Monday, June 27th. And hey, I hope you're excited because this is the first Jumpstart as we get ready to kick off our brand new sermon series, Relatable, where we talk about how we relate to God while walking through a portion of Exodus. And here is our focal passage for today from Exodus 19, verses 10 through 20. And it says this: Then the Lord told Moses, "Go down and prepare the people for my arrival. Consecrate them today and tomorrow and have them wash their clothing. Be sure that they are ready on the third day, for on the third day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai as all the people watch. Mark off a boundary all around the mountain. Warn the people, be careful, do not go up on the mountain or even touch its boundaries. Anyone who touches the mountain will certainly be put to death. No hand may touch the person or animal that crosses the boundary. Instead, stone them or shoot them with arrows. They must be put to death. However, when the ram's horn sounds a long blast, then the people may go up on the mountain." So Moses went down to the people. He consecrated them for worship and they washed their clothes. He told them, "Get ready for the third day. Until then, abstain from having sexual intercourse." On the morning of the third day, thunder roared and lightning flashed, and a dense cloud came down on the mountain. There was a long, loud blast from a ram's horn, and all the people trembled. Moses led them out from the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. All of Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord had descended on it in the form of fire. The smoke billowed into the sky like smoke from a brick kiln, and the whole mountain shook violently. As the blast of the ram's horn grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God thundered his reply. The Lord came down on the top of Mount Sinai and called Moses to the top of the mountain. So Moses climbed the mountain. This is God's word. You know, back in the 90s, at the height of the Bad Boy record empire, its leader, Puff Daddy, threw an all-white party. And there were guests, A-list guests that came, and they had accessories of different colors, you know, like belts and necklaces and socks that were different colors, and they were turned away at the door. Now, this is hardly how they imagined ever being treated, because everywhere they went, most people bent the rules for them, but that was not the case in this scenario. And this happened for two reasons. One, they overestimated their star power. They thought that the rules would bend to them in this situation just like it did in every other situation. And two, they underestimated P. Diddy's resolve to hold to the standard that he had set for this event. And this twofold error led to all types of clothing being thrown on the bushes and on the lawn outside the venue in which the party was being held in order to get in. Now, our focal passage for this morning immediately follows God offering the covenant to the Israelites. And in verses 4 through 6, we see that offer made. And just like with Diddy's guests, they wanted what God had to offer. And the Israelites made the same mistakes that P. Diddy's guests made. They overestimated their own ability to keep the covenant, and two, they underestimated God's standard for them. You know, let me be clear. The standard that we see here being set in approaching God really didn't have so much to do with the type of clothes that we wear. That is not what Moses is trying to get across to the Israelites in this situation. He was trying to communicate a heart position. The washing of the clothes had more to do with not treating a holy God as a common mate. In our own sinfulness, we can take advantage of the grace and mercy of God and start to lose respect for his holiness. We can sometimes approach him with no prep of heart and carry a casual attitude for a God who is majestic and grand. This week, ask yourself, how have you allowed your attitude toward God to become casual and common? Continue to power up, pour in, and spill out. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Sunday.